Welcome to IAS Market Talk, your trusted source for timely ag market insights, brought to you by Innovative Ag Services. Each week, we break down the latest beef market trends impacting Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, with expert updates tailored specifically for our IAS members. This week, you'll hear directly from Dave Rueber, IAS Beef Production Specialist, who brings decades of experience and deep knowledge of the cattle industry to these conversations. Dave has been providing market updates to producers for years, and now he's bringing those insights straight to you through this podcast. Tune in weekly for what you need to know straight from people you know. With that, here's Dave Rueber with the latest on what's happening in the cattle markets this week.
David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag Services, calling with a beef market commentary for April 15th. Seems like another week, another record, and that's what cash cattle did last week again. We, traded cattle in the high 240s. There was even just a spattering of cattle brought up there pushing 250. The all-time record high up until last week was like 246, 247 for a weighted average. So, yeah, we blew past that. Packer margins continue to be tough. Box beef off a little bit today. They say, and you never know how accurate it is, but they say Packers are running negative $200 ahead on the loss side. So tough margins to work with from their point of view. No trade yet this week. Feels like it's going to be a little higher again. That board just is a rocket ship. Live cattle have rallied like $25, I think it was, or $26 from the low here about 3-4 weeks ago. So, yeah, just been a heck of a ride up here. April board up there 252 and some change. Today everything was kind of a little bit mixed. Nothing major going on today futures-wise. But, yeah, the board has certainly led the way higher for cash. I'm looking for 250 fat cattle. I don't think anybody's going to sell anything less than that this week. So that's where you're at. Nothing traded yet. Just kind of watch this thing. You still hear the occasional rumor about screw worms. That was part of why feeder cattle futures were down pretty hard today. Cash feeder cattle haven't softened up much. Those 8-weight steers, they're still 360s, 370s. The lightweight cattle, those 6-weight steers are they're 425 or higher. Cost of gains, I'm still either side of $1. That thing hasn't moved a lot. Break evens on these new cattle, 250 plus. We've actually closed out some cattle that had break evens that were above 250. So, it's kind of hit and miss. Some of these cattle making some money, some losing money, depending on how many pounds they put on and what they were bought for, and obviously what they got sold for. That's what we're going to live with for the next few months, is either side of break even by the looks of it. We got all kinds of high dollar break evens coming at us. Hedge wise, I don't know what a guy does there. You can't lock in a profit. There's nowhere near an opportunity to do that. So either do nothing and pray, or selling some calls to try to cheapen up that break even, but then you live with your upside being capped. It's a tough scenario. But the last couple of years, I thought we were paying too much, and it kind of worked out okay. We know the time will come when we're gonna get caught short. We'll see. It's pretty good money been made the first 3-4 months of this year, so that's a good sign. We got a little bit to work with, so we'll kind of take her from there. Feeder cattle are not going to soften up. It's not the time of year when they do, and the numbers are too tight for feeder cattle to drop $10-15. They're just not going to do it unless something terrible happens, market-wise. So, yep, keep making those cattle. You can't sell them light. You got to take those steers up to a good end weight, get that break even down there. Once again, my name is David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag. Thank you.
That's it for this week's episode of IAS Market Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an update. And if you know a fellow producer who could benefit from this information, share this episode with them. For more updates and insights, visit innovativeag.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll catch you next time on IAS Market Talk.
Are you ready for a hands-on role with purpose? Join the facility operations team at Innovative Ag Services, where we value hard work, safety, and community. With locations across Northeast and Central Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, we offer industry-leading benefits, on-the-job training, and a culture that supports your growth. From competitive pay to a uniform allowance, we invest in our team. Grow with IAS and discover your co-opportunity. Apply today at innovativeag.com.